If you look at the Olympics medals table of the past few decades, we'll be fascinated by two things. One is obviously the rank of India in each Olympics, while the other is the fact that country China appears twice in the table. The first is the People's Republic of China, or simply China, that we are familiar with. The second is the Republic of China, or Taiwan. Each country claims that they are the real China. Why does this strange situation exist? Let's look at the story of Taiwan and the current state of affairs of this region in this video. Taiwan was ruled by the Chinese Qing Empire till the end of 19th century. But they lost Taiwan to the Japanese in the First Sino-Japanese War of 1895. Subsequently, the revolution under the leadership of nationalists in China ended their rule by kingship. This resulted in the formation of Republic of China, but even then, many lands including the present Taiwan was under the control of Japan. Chinese Communist Party was formed in the year 1921. The party flourished and gained strength across China in the subsequent years. But the ruling party Kuomintang considered the influence of Chinese Communist Party as a huge threat. The rivalry between the two parties led to a civil war that lasted for 14 years. It was only with the Japanese invasion of China ahead of the Second World War that the conflict stopped, although for a while. Both parties teamed up against the common enemy, but each party was only interested in fighting against Japan on their own. While the communist government under the Kuomintang party deployed their army against the Japanese, the Communist Party's strategy was guerrilla-style attacks. China incurred severe casualties and destruction in the war. This weakened the government and the Kuomintang party. After the surrender of Japan in the World War, China got their land back, including Taiwan. But by then, the civil strife worsened. The Kuomintang party, which had suffered huge losses during the war, was unable to withstand this time. The communists also got the support of Soviet Union. In 4 years, they took gradual control of the entire Chinese mainland and established People's Republic of China. The Kuomintangs under Chiang Kai-shek had fled to Taiwan by the time. They started their rule with Taipei as their capital. They retained the name of Republic of China. Initially, almost all countries recognized them as the real China. Only a few countries in the Soviet bloc recognized China under the communist rule. India was one of the few countries that had recognized communist China in the early years. When the UN was formed, China was recommended for permanent membership by the victors of Second World War, considering its contribution to the war. As both the countries represented China, America had subtly offered permanent membership to India. But the then Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru refused the offer. Neither did he want to be a part of this rivalry between the East and the West, nor did he believe that it was the right thing to do. Gradually, other countries too started recognizing the communist government in Beijing. This included Britain and France. In 1971, UN withdrew the permanent membership of Taiwan and gave it to China. Though by then most countries had accepted China, America was still not ready for it. Only by 1979 did America recognize the Chinese Communist government. Even then, America continued their patronage of Taiwan. The financial support that Taiwan received from America in the previous decades had helped in rapid economic growth of Taiwan. Taiwan's growth was mainly due to their focus on export-oriented industries. Meanwhile, China was still a closed economy. As a result, the economic disparity between China and Taiwan was huge. This situation changed drastically once Deng Xiaoping became the premier in China. He understood that foreign capital is a must for rapid economic growth. So, he opened the Chinese economy and even the Taiwanese companies started investing there. Their products became popular quickly in the Chinese and the international markets. In the coming years, both the countries achieved rapid economic growth. Today, most of the electronic products around the world are either from China or Taiwan. Also, Several popular companies from Taiwan manufacture most of their components in China and consider it as their largest market. However, now that China has achieved economic growth, it is keen to accomplish its political and military objectives as well. China claims that Taiwan is a renegade province and should be unified with the mainland. As a result, most of the countries maintain diplomatic relations with only China. The few exceptions include tiny nations such as Vatican. However, even today, Taiwan functions as a sovereign country. Many countries, including India, has unofficial diplomatic relationships with Taiwan. While the government of Taiwan considers itself to be sovereign, China continues to claim that Taiwan is its integral part. Chinese government also claims that they will integrate Taiwan at any cost. Their aim is to make Taiwan a part of China by 2049, the 100th year of establishment of People's Republic of China. China is trying different ways to accomplish this now. The first method is to tempt the Taiwanese to be a part of China. By ensuring economic gains to political parties and companies, China believes that they will get their support. It is not by chance that Kuomintang, which once used to oppose China tooth and nail, is now supporting China. Taiwan may become part of China if Kuomintang comes to power once again. Open threats are the second method. As majority of the large Taiwanese companies are dependent on China, any restriction on them may adversely affect them. Besides this, there is also military threats. Chinese jets transgressing into Taiwan's airspace has become a routine. If Taiwan doesn't agree to accede with China even after all these, then they may even resort to full-fledged military operations. Although Taiwan has fairly large and capable military, it's still very small in front of Chinese forces. However, the Western nations including America still continue to support Taiwan. The constant presence of America's aircraft carriers in this area is a testament to this. It is with the objective of countering these aircraft carriers that China has developed anti-carrier missiles such as DF-17. However, such a conflict may even lead to a full-scale war. So China may avoid a direct confrontation, at least for now. Today, China is forcing Taiwan to accede through a mix of initiatives and threats. China knows very well that they may need more time to implement this plan. That's why they have started their attempts at least 30 years in advance. Whatever be the future of Taiwan, we can only wish them the best.